Welcome to Medical Customs. Your med scientist here. Today, like I said, we need to solder these ones together and assemble it so that we can do the testing tonight at the first. Um, but pushed for time because, but there are some things that you can do to help speed up the process, especially when you're doing assemblies during the day. Take the subs, put them outside. After you've pinned them down, the speakers outside. Obviously, I would not recommend putting the speaker outside if you do not have the shims in, because the one thing that does happen is if the shims are not in place, any sort of airflow that goes over the speaker might cause it to move a little bit, and that slight movement could put it out of sync because the glue might not be tacky yet. So make sure the shims are in. If you're not going to be doing that, it's going to be an issue. Right. We've got two of these ones to sort out today, just to assemble, and then we can do the testing later on this evening. I do all of my repairs on my live on my TikTok. That way, if you have sent your speaker in for repairs, you can come on the live, ask questions as to what caused the breakage in real time. Also, at the same time, I can ask you questions in real time while I'm busy with the repair. That helps as well, because a lot of times now I'm gonna have to sit on the phone with you, and then you not busy, you don't have the time for that, or the other thing is protecting yourself, because there's a lot of stories that goes around, especially when it comes to the repair side of things, that it's not worth it, why are you doing it, and it doesn't last long. I always laugh at that, because it's not as if when you bought the sub brand new it lasted. So why you, and this was done by a robot, a machine basically built the speaker that you broke, and then you bring it to a human to fix it, and then you complain harder when with the human repair than you do with the company that created the thing. It's always been very funny to me how nobody ever complains about the manufacturer. Well, only in South Africa. Because I see in the States, guys are always posting about the recon kits from from a specific brand. Here in South Africa, we don't complain about that. Don't really have access to recon kits, and if we do get access to it, the price on the recon kit is basically the exact same amount, if not slightly more in some instances and slightly less in some instances than the cost of a brand new speaker. And I don't see the logic in buying this for the price that I can go buy a brand new one like this that has this and the magnet and an end. But to pay just for this part here, that doesn't make sense to me. So here in South Africa, um, the costing of a recon is not always um, can't say worth the money because it's worth it, but cost wise, the price of it, um, it's 100 times cheaper, sometimes 1,000 times cheaper than to just get it recoiled. But then the question then becomes in where do you send it in for recoiling? Um, because I've heard my work being called substandard by a few people, not very good. Whether that's the case or not, that is what was said, and whether that was just competition marketing or whatever the case, whatever you want to call it. Either way, that's at the end of the day, that's the politics you got to deal with when it comes to these type of things. Another reason why I do all of my stuff live, so that you can see in real time how I do the work, and I showcase you exactly everything that I'm doing. Some of the stuff I can't show, not because of trade secrets or what. It's just that the live gets taken down. But maybe if I do come onto YouTube, maybe then I'll be able to do all of it. But I was uh, I was flagged for some copyright thing. So, but because my account is not yet monetized, um, it was just a warning. So I'm gonna have to look into that if I want to do anything on YouTube regarding that, which is weird because all my videos are exactly the same, but I'm guessing one specific brand that I was working on, or one specific thing I did, which I went over the video again and again, and I can't make out what's different from that video to the other videos I made. So I don't know. It just says manufacturing, and I don't exactly know what manufacturing, because I'm not manufacturing anything. And it can't be the kits, because this is not a kit, it's a complete speaker that is just be that was broken. And if you watch the videos of all of my repairs, everything from the start to the end is, you see me opening the speaker, you see the speaker wires broken, the glue I put on there, and you see the entire process. So I don't exactly know how did I infringe, but yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to now just monitor. So I'm trying to post everything that I do on my TikTok on here, and see if I don't pick up another video that gives me that same infringement. If they will even give it to me, I don't even know if they'll give me the infringement again. Will they send me another warning, or will they just suspend my account? But if they do, then I know why they suspended it, and then I can maybe try and see between the two. Because if you just got one video that, and you can't pick up from the one what the issue is, it kind of makes it a little bit difficult to correct it. But obviously, if you're doing something wrong, and if this is all that I'm doing, I'm gonna end up doing it again, because I don't exactly know from the one video that you said is an infraction, and I've got 5, 6 other videos that I'm doing exactly the same thing. Like I said, the only thing that I can make out is probably It must have been a brand because it says infringement on um, Korean copyrights, Korean manufacturer or something. I can't remember what the thing said. But yeah, so the only thing that I can pick out is that most likely it could be a manufacturer, a product from that manufacturer. So I need to figure that part out. I don't have any. What speaker was that? Can't remember what speaker it is now. But I do know I don't have it here because I wanted to open it up again and redo it and then post the video again and see if I get the same infraction. And if I get the same infraction and then I know that that's the brand, I can't put up on YouTube if I do a repair on it. And once again, this is just, these repairs are done um, at home. There's no factory. It's done from my living room. I'm sitting in my living room kind of right now doing the repair work. So yeah. Okay. Oopsie. Sorry about that. Cord was wrapped around. I get this when I do this on my live. My live gets pushed over as restriction because apparently I'm busy smoking, and yet you can see I've got tools in my hand. But yeah, it's difficult to follow the rules when you sort of interpreting the rules incorrect. Oh, 1.5. That's weird because it was 2.6 last night, and then I'm getting way less down inside here. So if you're doing 1.5, 1.5, yeah, that'll go up. Could be another 5 will give me all the top, but then I would not be able to work on the top there. Okay. Okay. I'm struggling with this thing so much these days.
Whatever you've got in here, you're not to share it.
Okay, so we close up these ones because when the coil gets heat, the heat becomes so intense that it'll soften up your solder, and then the solder will lose contact. And then when that happens, it's bad because then you have to open up the entire speaker just to get it to be right again, to go and solder that part back together. So that becomes an annoyance rather than anything else, more than anything else. So that's good. Okay, and we got our glue down. Also, the glue I use for that is a quick setting glue with the activator, because when you do like a normal contact glue, which is what I use for the spiders and stuff, when you use the quick activator, the outside gets set quickly, and then you leave the inside to set overnight, or at least for a couple of hours, the same as with this glue, your contact glue. So your contact glue will takes a few hours to set completely, like right through, and then the inside of your super glue takes will have that same time to set, but at least on the outside it's already set. So it takes even if it takes longer for the inside of the glue to set in a way that it bonds properly, it's fine, because at least if this is dry and that's not completely dry, at least the outside is dry enough for it to stay bonded. So if it does get hot, you don't have any issues with any of that, because the super glue will hold it together. And the main reason why you gotta put the activator on is because for some reason, I don't know why, this glue seems to be magnetic and it's very liquidy. So if once you do that, that glue is gonna run all the way down onto the coil, and then if If it's on the coil, it's fine. But the problem is, like I said, it's magnetic. I don't know why. If you put a drop on the basket, or you put a drop on your finger and you hover it above or next to, you'll see the glue start pulling towards the magnet. And if you do the same with the contact, it doesn't do that. So for some reason that glue is magnetic, so if you do have it in here, it's going to pull across onto the magnet. And then when you try and play it, once everything is dried, it won't play because it's glued itself to the to the magnet. That just becomes a nightmare situation. Okay, so let us find all of the correct holes. Okay, that's in. Let's put these two on at least for now. I'm going to need wifey's help with her tools again. Oh, that was just stupid. Wifey bought me this gift for Father's Day, and I have realized that never really thought about it. Turns out I actually need it. It is absolutely helpful for when you're doing this. It makes the work go so much faster. Go. That's good on the one side. I think the other side I did catch it nicely. Yeah, decently knocked down. But we'll just. There we go. That's tightened as well. Okay. Now. Oh man. go.
I know you said that you was going to be better off than me, but I think I'm better off with her. That guy? I'm not sure I'm in the right place. I'm going to go with probably not. You see,
Oh.
more. Yeah. Steven Johnson. Let it bring that.
Oh.
Well, I understand your ego. No, it's some point. You want to ask questions? Actually, I got a few right now.
Oh.
Yeah. Why choose better escapes?
That'll
Just
help.
downtown. You know, one of those places you didn't want to take me there for. Just screams over.
Okay then.
What food you try and taste? Just push this bit. Yeah, good push. Yeah, I got the white oil.
Go. Alright, so that is sorted decently enough. We can put this back on here.
Oh, you said you did. Well, real. Yeah, you know. Well, the jury went against us. Yeah. Well, that's that. I mean, I've seen a record. She wasn't any phones or anything. So she wanted to go straight back there. Just to get it.
Okay, so
Possible answer. Did you get damage?
and we put on the terminals. They go back. Not too tight. I found that when you try and make these too tight, they tend to snap. I don't know why. Some of these things are just, I can't explain it. Okay, now we can take off all of the markings. Okay. Go. One side is done. And we got the other side. Well, I'm gonna have to learn how to do editing on these videos so that all of this nitty-gritty stuff that I'm doing here, I'll be able to try and either time lapse it, you know, get all of that done, because I'm pretty sure that in real time, to watch a person do this, it may become slightly monotonous, unless you like seriously into it. And then we got one left.
They'll be given every available resource and the chance to work directly with local prosecutors and the police all across the country to find criminals who thought they evaded the law and justice. At the helm of this new department will be our very own Detective Chief Inspector Carl Morton, who's here to share more details. Thank you.
Okay, that's down there.
Fly past.
Like I said, the shims are in.
Disappearance was felt keenly by those closest to her as well. Despite her colleagues at the Crown Office.
And then
So
we've got
jurisdiction apparently investigates the first of the will be reopening.
this.
We're determined to find what happened to her, and to do that, we are asking for your help. Eric will start we're asking anyone who might see or remembered anything from that time or has any information about Eric to come forward now. Any details, no matter how small, would be crucial to us finding. Eric? Thank you.
Has there been any new evidence around the case that's led to this reopening?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Has there been any new evidence around the case that's led to this reopening?
I can't disclose that.
Do you believe Bernard Lingard will still be alive today?
We certainly have no learning possibilities.
Have you any contacts with finding the man that shot you, Officer Anderson, and James Harvey at least once?
Investigation.
And that he was a key, confidential informant who knew a lot about a lot of police personnel.
No more questions. No more questions. Thank you.
If this just a distraction,
Okay. There we go.
that was the chief superintendent.
4 years ago, he was a champion of justice. M.A.D. Lingard, finding out the truth.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, that's the first one done. Here we go. On for the second. Basically with this one, you got repeat.
Just breathe. Oh, cool. No, you're not having a heart. Just breathe. Slow. Control your breathing.
Okay.
Right vein.
Alright. is there. Mm. Mm. For that. Okay. We are almost at the top. Okay, so when we're done with this, it will all be good and dandy for our testing tonight. So I do have a double 12-inch box that I was actually going to use, but I'm thinking it's probably better if I do them separately.
Of course. Never happened. Well, let's just say it'd be a big mess. I don't really know how much of it you feel. Oh, you'll have to find out.
Okay, first one here. We solder them all together and then we're done on the sides. Then we can assemble.
Janet's a Janet. Fucking loser. Yeah. I will tell him. I will tell him that too. Tell me what? You're not answering your phone. Yeah, for good reason. What's the second thing? What was the second thing? What's the first thing? William Lingard's gone missing. When? Yeah, I know last night. Through a television set for a window escape. Last night. At the same moment you were having your press conference. Interesting timing, what do you think? Yeah, he's watching me on the telly and he throws his telly out the window and runs away. So it's pretty interesting. You think it's possible your press conference to Walker? No, it provoked the fuck out of me, but that's not the right question. The right question is, where's he going? What time did M.A.D buy those clips?
Same.
The transaction was
1-7.
2 a.m. Just after they left over. Then what? William was seen by the assembly station just before 11. Do we know what they were fighting about? William's hat.
1-7.
He flew overboard. The 30 grand delay to get it back. He flew overboard. He threw it to somebody.
1-7.
The wind picked it up and I took the camera.
Okay.
And it was ended up
It's a
there.
tad little bit lower than 2 ohm.
Very windy.
Would not like it to stay there, but it is what it is now.
I'll borrow that. Why? Interesting. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Ideally, I would like to have put a piece of paper around here just to cover all of that. But the space is so little, it's gonna really look really very crap if I do that. So I'm really fighting the urge to not put the paper there. I like putting the paper there as well because I use color paper and then I'll know when it's my repair, because there's some people out there, the coil looks very similar. They also use the same glue. The coil glue is different though, which is usually how I tell, but if you're looking at it, you won't be able to tell. But I'll know, because I know what my coil glue looks like and what it smells like. But to the naked eye, if you don't have a smellometer with you, you won't be able to know the difference. Okay, so okay. In paper there, and go there.
about this other guy that did this? Harry John. Yeah. He's a bit of a bad man. He's young. Oh, look at this. He tried to run over again like that. It was. Jody did that instead. He was the captain and the captain. But he was John. But he was still high enough to kill somebody. He feels if you're drunk enough.
Alright.
Completely fucking wrecked.
Okay. Mhm.
Thanks so much for sharing. I saw you on the telly. Yeah? What are you doing? Throw up? Hope you swear it doesn't breathe. Oh no. No word yet, it's still in there.
Alright.
Oh, no wonder there's no crime up here. You just sleep through it all. There's not much stranger. It's all the action. I always think it's like, you really wonder, do you really believe what you're saying? You honestly think that when I honestly, I don't know about that. It'd be nice to know at least what happened. Because the truth is, because I'm not big on the dark cloud theory.
It's a lot easier to get these ones to align as well because there's only a certain way these screws bolt in, and once they bolted in, they align the spider in a specific way, and when they do that, you have because they lock in the spider because you're bolting it down or screwing it in. It helps you for the spider not to move around. So even after this, I can take the shims out if I want to, and I'm 99.9% sure that the alignment won't shift out even if I leave it outside in windy conditions. But even though I know I am 99.9% sure that it will do that, that 0.1%, there's always a 0.1%, and to go and do all of this work just because of that 0.1%, it is 100% not worth it. So I'd rather just leave the shims in there. Like I said, this here will stand now. It won't move till tonight, and that's fine because by the time tonight hits, we should be good to go on this for the testing. So it makes it a lot easier. I'm just gonna have to go in there now and try and find two cones, two speakers basically with the same cones, so that I can do a sweepity swap with these venoms.
Door was open. Yeah. Every opening investigation took over. Yeah. Your evidence? What is your evidence? Excuse me for asking, but why'd you call your daughter right now? Because that's right. And yet, at the age of 24,
There's one hell of a deal that I cannot say no to. I know I'm only getting one speaker, but sometimes you think to yourself, well, sentimentally, that speaker means more to me than two of these maybe stronger speakers. and I would take the sentimental one over the stronger ones any day.
What's the final 12 years later?
I've given away my DD woofers all because of the fact that ever since I was in
When's the
school,
last time you saw Willie?
I've always wanted 18-inch subs,
That's it. You never saw him. Even after that disappeared, you
and I ended up giving away my DD subs
such a good point.
for a pair of 18s, and which turned out to be duds actually. They didn't have no bloody well power in them. They didn't want to move. My single 8-inch played better than these 18s. So I don't mind giving up, because I knew eventually I will get into a position where I'm going to be able to do something good with it, and I actually am in that situation right now. Okay, I need another magnet, but yeah, but like I was saying, I waited 8 years for a pair of 18s. I've got patience in waiting for a magnet. I know I'm gonna get it. Either I'm gonna get one magnet, or I'll end up buying two subs. But I feel like if I can get me two Venom magnets also, because I think the Venom 15, because these 12s, I know it doesn't fit on there because of the size, or I would have had two street. I would have had two streets on my 18s already, street magnets, but it doesn't fit. So I am almost sure that the Venom 15 will work, because I think the Venom 15 and the Targa Comp 15 has the same style baskets, which means the cutouts are the same, which means the holes drillings are the same, which means that my 18s will fit on there. So if I can get me two 15-inch Venoms, which I'm pretty sure will be cheaper than two 15-inch Targa comps, I'm A for away on that. Okay, those are in. Let's put this down, and then we should be done and ready for this evening. Cool. Okay. that's it. All done. So I'll be ready for tonight, and we shall be seeing what's happening there. If it plays clear, if there's clearance through here, there's no issues or noises or scrapings, and everything is 100%. But we will test tonight at about 7 p.m. If you want to join the live, don't forget Farid Musa on TikTok at med scientist underscore 2021, or you can check me out on Medcore Customs on my Facebook channel as well. For now, it's Flat Flat Mysterious 8.